Alrighty folks, we got the brand new piston pin in and it's in place in there, and make sure it's all the way over. Now we got to get this silly little clip in there somehow. I probably need some very skinny pliers to do that. And you know what? Before I do that, I'm going to stuff some things in the hole here. I've lost one down there before and had a heck of a time getting it out. What do you think? That make it better? Alright, I don't know. Usually they have a little bend on the end that makes it easier to get them in there. But this one didn't. I'm sure there's a procedure to get these in there that just works slicker than you know what. And that seemed to work. Let's make sure this guy is down where it belongs. It is. It is. It is. That piston is installed, brother. Alright, we can take that out. We have the base gasket on. Let's take this guy. Should we do it with grease or with oil? I think I'm going to put a little grease on my finger here. Oops, it's got some crud in it. And I'm going to grease the bottom of this up a little bit. I don't know if that helps. I hope it does. Because I always have trouble. Alright. Oh! I got a busted fin here. I hope that's not taking away too much cooling. You know what I didn't check? I gotta check there's the locating pin. And the bill of my cap is in the way of the camera. Alright, there's one locating pin. The bottom ring. Let's see if I can move the top ring without moving the bottom ring. That one's right in the middle, that one's right in the middle. Alright, let's see if we can get this down there. We got her! Alright, that's down. Goes up and down nicely. Wipe that out. Now let's put some oil in it. Make sure that's all good. Try this again. All right, now we got to find the gaskets, and this is, what has that got on it? Guess it's just discoloring. All right, it's down. Alrighty, let's put the head on. I haven't found the torque spec yet, but I'll find it. Okay, we're gonna get you. Alright, let's see if I can find torque specs. I went to the book and I read very carefully this time how to take the head off, and in there, nope, this way, was the torque spec for when you put it back on. Imagine that. So, the torque spec for the head on a Kawasaki G4TR 100cc is, wait for it, whoop, 18 foot-pounds. So I'm going to start with 12. We'll go all around on 12. And then we'll bring it up to 18. Boost it up to 18. And there we go. That's 18. That's 18. That's 18. And that's 18. All right. What spark plug do we have here? NGK BR8ES. That's not what this calls for, but I'm going to put it in there for now anyway. Now, unfortunately, we have to pull the left side cover off of this. Because somebody did something wrong. Now, I don't want to point fingers or anything, but it was probably me. Is this a 13? I can get that while I'm here. Because the kickstart lever spring on the inside does not bring the kickstart back to where it belongs. So there is definitely something wrong. Something's burning. Oh, no. Alright, first we get the bolt out, and I think it's one that you got to pull the bolt all the way out. Because, why? Because there's a little groove in there. I'll show you in the shaft. Well, let me get rid of some stuff here. This doesn't belong out here. And when you pull this off, if you can get it off, might need a little help. All right, I'm gonna go get some help. All right, that's all. Now we're going to put the torque wrench away. I usually end up with every tool in my toolbox on the bench at night when I get ready to quit, because these are all JIS. And put this in here so we can take this puppy apart. There's my oil pump. Here's the one I need up here. And then down here. I was on the wrong screw. Trying to take my oil pump out, I guess. I don't want to take it out. Boom! All right, let's see if there's anything else that I need to... Oh, that was one of them screws in there. It's on the floor. That's all right, we'll find it. All right, this is important. That goes in there. Won't stay there. But why won't my kickstart go back? This spring, I think, is supposed to have more tension on it. When you turn it, comes back. Get this out of the way so it don't get ruined. It's supposed to make tension on that spring, and then that spring is supposed to bring it back. I think there must be a procedure that I missed. I didn't do a very good job of explaining that Kickstart installation here, so hopefully this will help. What you see right there is the hole that a part of the spring goes into. There's a tab coming off one side of it that goes straight down into that. Then up, it wraps around the shaft there, and it goes into, hopefully you can see it, this hole here. But what you have to do is you have to make sure that there's tension on the spring that is forcing it back in a clockwise direction. So you'll have to turn that spring and till you get it up about 120 degrees is what the book says. So then it will go in the hole on the shaft when the shaft is in the at-rest position, and it will hold it in the at-rest position. All right, this is a picture of the spring and the insert that goes in it. And you'll see right here that I'm pointing to this. This is the part of the spring that goes down into that hole in the shaft. And then down below, you will see the pin that goes into the case, the hole in the case that I pointed out. So that's the way your Kickstart return goes together. Good luck. Pretty sloppy with your work. Let's see if I can get my fingers pinched here. What do you say? Can we or can't we? All right. This cord from the stator needs to come up this way. We kind of got the oh my goodness. It's hitting there. So I gotta, what do I gotta do? If the back comes up, can the automotive front go over? Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, I just about smashed my fingers there. All right, let's see what we can do about starting a couple of bolts in here. And let's get this cover off. Okay, I haven't messed with the carburetor and it was running fine when I took it off, so let's see what we can do here. You got to get, this has grooves in it that match up with these points here. Let's see if we can get that to stay up out of the way. I doubt it. No, if you wanted it to fall down, it would stay up there. That's for sure. Okay, it's going on. May not go on easy, but it goes on. Then we need some number 5s, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. So we're going to have to find those. And we don't want to put the cover back on yet because we have to hook up the clutch. And the clutch has got to have a spring on it. And I got to find that spring. The spring goes here between here and here. And the clutch itself is probably right here. It's a little bent up. That has to go down in there. And then this screws down, I think. I think I got it. All right, I got to screw that all the way down and then find the spring. So I'm not going to need a camera for that. So I'll be back. Well, I don't know. I ordered a part that was a clutch return spring last year. But the part number looks like the spring in the parts diagram, but the only spring in the parts diagram has a different part number. The spring that I have, when I look it up, comes out to be a clutch return spring for Kawasaki. But I don't know. It looks like it should be right, correct. So we're going to get this in. We're going to put the spring on it, and we'll see what happens. That says it's all the way down. Okay, so the trick is, not that spring, to get this spring on there, all the way up, and then, let me get a pair of hemostats. All right, now we want to bring this up and then get this in there if we can. It don't want to go. Let's see if we can force it. If it don't fit, force it. That's my theory. Not really. There it is. All right, now we let the spring loose, but we want this, I think, anyway, that's my theory. We want this to come up until this doesn't have any play down here. And if you're doing one of these and you're watching my movie to see how you do it, I would advise against that. Go ask an expert. Kevin Bergeron, I believe, is the expert on these bikes. He knows much more about them than I do. And I have to wonder if maybe you shouldn't, this should be all the way down, and then you adjust this. But I don't know. I'm going to go pull on the clutch lever and see what happens. Well, does it operate? Feels good. We're going to say that's good. Right? Right. What's next? Oh, I know what it is. This, it goes to the oil pump to regulate the oil. So we'll probably have to take this off again. Let's see now. This goes with the throttle. This is the choke cable. And that goes over, I'll show you. It goes. The choke cable goes right to there. And then the throttle cable goes down in, hooks to the slide, which is in here. And then this goes up to this splitter up here. And it moves along with the throttle. So you got this one and you got this one. Did you see that? This one and this one both come out of this splitter. And they move with it. So we got to take this cover off and get in there. And I think getting that Kickstarter out of the way might just, it pops right back where it's supposed to now. And we got to get the oil on, so I'm going to need a banjo bolt. And then we got to get into the changer for the high-low over on the other side. So I'll be back. Okay, we checked our inventory and sure enough we had banjo bolts and washers. So hopefully this will go right in there. And we're going to find out, all right, this has to fit over that hose coming out of there. Maybe. I might have to take it loose to get them both in there. Let me see. Yeah, it's pretty stiff. And yeah, I'm going to have to take that. I think this one might be, I don't know if they're both 10s or not. This looks smaller. Oh, that's an 8. 8. That one is a 10. All right. Okay, is this going in or out? All right. Now we got an exercise in coordination here, and I don't have any. All right, that one stayed down there. All right. We got both the hoses in the grommet, and we got that. I got to get that into that slot, and then I have to get this down. And match it with that hole. All right. Should be able to tighten them both down now. If we get the wrench set right. Then change to a 10, because that's what I had. Okay, now what's next? This goes down through there, and then this screws into there. You think you can't see around my big hands? I can't work around them. How in the world did I get that out of there? Could take a long, long time. So I'll bring you back sometime. Alrighty, I think we got it in there. Must be just about the right place. Seems to be working. What we want to make sure, and I'm going to have to go read up on this. Let's see what the pardon me. How in the world? Oh, that's, I see. That's in place. Now, this cover goes over both of these, I think. was probably easy when these little grommets were brand new and pliable. Not so much now. Let's get a screw in there. What do you say? And then, is this the one that's long? Yeah, that's the one. Come on, get in there. Well, how about the short one? Can we get it started? We'll run this on premix for a while to make sure. All right, I need a flat screwdriver to go in here and tighten down around the carburetor. All right, the carb is installed. I do have a rubber plug for this. I bought a new one. Throttle seems to work. Does it? Clutch seems to work. We don't know for sure. We could jack it up and check it, couldn't we? We'll do that maybe after lunch. I think it's starting to get cold out here. I probably won't be back for a day or two.